What's up guys, it is that Pin again. I'm here again with another video, and today I wanted to talk about the new Island Raid design and stuff. I wanted to just do a run through the event and kind of give my thoughts on it, give a little bit of a breakdown I suppose about like how it's structured and stuff, and just talk about it, because not only will this just be helpful to people maybe doing the event right now, because some people just overlook rules or don't have time to kind of look through everything. It's also going to help people in the future, so I did want to kind of do this video and just talk a little bit about it. So to start off, we're going to be talking a bit about the Alliance material design. So to start off, there is a feature where if you have a helipad, which everybody does, you basically get 100 of these resources produced a minute. You start off with an initial 60,000, and every minute you get 100 produced. Once you capture, let's say a fishing village, you get an additional 20%. Same applies for level 7, you get a 30% production boost. In this case, taking this level 6, we'll have 2 level 6s, which you might be wondering, hey, do these stack? And for your information, they do stack, because they don't stack to the full extent. So if I captured the second one, it's not going to give us 40%, it's going to give us 30%. And if you capture 3, it's going to give you 40%. But from my understanding, you don't get anything more than like the 40% after capturing 3, right? If you capture a fourth one, it's still going to be 40%, yada, yada, yada. Another thing to actually pay attention to is you actually get 50,000 cement for this. So if you capture 2 fishing villages at the same time, you get an additional 50,000 of the cement in one go, and you also get the additional 10% production. So you will be getting an additional 10 cement per minute, which is pretty good if you had to ask me. There's obviously stuff like the outpost, which you can't capture 2 outposts and get never mind, my bad. You can capture 2 outposts and get an additional, but there's 30% here for the first outpost that you capture. Then there's going to be the additional 15% from the second outpost, so it's going to be 45% altogether. And then if you capture a third one, that's 60%. But it's very unlikely unless you already go through mid, which I feel like you're already going to be like stacking on cement, stacking on this. So a lot of this is kind of irrelevant after like fishing villages. I feel like after capturing 2, you don't really need a third one, and if you do capture a third one, it's going to take you quite a while. You're not getting an additional cement drop from the third one. You get it only from the 2. Another thing I actually wanted to point out while I was doing this, because I noticed this, was that if you're building towers, for example, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but if we were to build a tower right now, this costs us 17.5 thousand. Something I actually noticed, I have an account in Elite Wars, or sorry, yeah, it's Fearless Warzone, sorry. And I actually noticed this, that it costs 21,000 cement to build a tower. Mind you, this alliance actually has less towers placed than the alliance I'm in. So I think it's based off of what Warzone you're in. So if you're in Apex Warzone, it might actually be cheaper, and this might be so like it's easier for these higher brackets to fight it out and whatnot. But overall, cement is definitely different now. I'm not really complaining, because I think one issue with the old design where you could just donate cement is a lot of groups would just have a ton of, let's say 100k accounts or something, right? They just have 100k might accounts, and they'd basically just donate a bunch of cement, which was kind of OP if you were fighting, like if you were like a group of 50 members who didn't have all those alternate accounts. Another thing I want to actually quickly highlight, which is something that we hadn't seen before, kind of, I mean, you kind of see in Genesis War, but we kind of went in, and there was one day of matchmaking, and then you instantly go into the event. They didn't have the whole other day of diplomacy and stuff. They didn't give you that whole downtime. They basically throw you in the event. Anything you make diplomacy wise, you have to do during the event. And you actually have this feature, which is like you can form kind of coalitions and stuff with these other teams, which is actually really interesting. We formed a coalition with Waza here, but if you form a coalition with a group, you can basically it's kind of like Archipelago Raid, where you have guys highlighted in orange, which is very convenient, because if they're on the field, I don't think it's going to let you auto attack their marches if it's the same as like Archipelago Raid, because for anybody who doesn't know, when you I send out my marches or something, right, and I use like the focus all feature, normally it'll let me instantly attack anything I click on, right? But if I'm to click on an ally, it's going to basically be like as if I'm going see-through on them. It's just how it's designed and stuff. Overall, it's a nice little feature. I like this, and it's very helpful for if I'm obviously making allies here and stuff. So can't say I complain in this regard. Only the leader can actually make coalitions with people. That's the only person you can make agreements. I'm not the leader right now, so I can't actually do that. But yeah. And what was I wanting to talk about next? Okay, we'll talk about Island Trial. Island Trial, I actually heard some people complain about it. I honestly am going to defend it because I think the Island Trial is relatively good. I get people's complaints about War Meets War to an extent, but I honestly do not agree overall. I think that the Island Store is really nice, and I already spent a lot, so I'm actually going to throw another account up here because I have far more stuff I could spend on it. You can basically see the price. It is a little bit pay to win tailored because if you buy like this $5 what's it called, $5 elite trial thing, you can basically get, you know, more points or whatever, or more. You can get more of these points, but that's not really significant since if you do get a lot of kills, you're going to be easily getting like tons of trial coins anyways. So this one isn't significant for that. I mean, you do get a little bit more of these whatever they're calling the rescue elixirs, right? But they really don't heal a crazy amount. They still are useful nonetheless, but you know, they're not like a game-breaking feature. Either way, if you're getting like 5 million points, which I already have gone through quite a few points because I hit the 10 million, and then for every 5 million points you can get additional 500 trial coins, and I basically collected this bunch. I was able to buy out most of the store. But even for people who don't fight as much as me or aren't able to get that many points, one thing I want to actually say is you are still getting relatively solid rewards compared to what you maybe used to get. Plus, you're able to actually pick what you want to get. You know, I'm not saying these are better. I'm not saying they're worse because honestly, I kind of forget what the other rewards are. But frankly, being able to get like 5 of these Supreme vests, being able to get 5 potentially like Supreme the weapon fragments, honestly looks really good to me. And this is like very juicy, not to mention the rest. You know, I can do with seasonal merit that gets me potentially more armament fragments. That might get me what's it called, golden nano coating. Any of that stuff really just, you know, pretty useful to me. So honestly, I kind of like this over the other design, in my honest opinion. What's going to suck is once I do run out of these, but you know, it is what it is. So overall, can't say I hate this. Them paywalling this, not really sure what I expected. Obviously, you know, it's kind of how the game works. They are looking for the bottom dollar at the end of the day, so they are going to try to make a little quick buck off that. So you know, I kind of expected that. But overall, can't say I really hate this event. This little event design, pretty nice for me, so not complaining. Okay, and is there anything else here? I mean, there is the speed rescue stuff. I did want to talk about the rescue elixirs. These are pretty cool because you get like so for one, you do get the 65% of wounded troops healed at the end of the event. I don't think that they're gonna I don't think you're gonna be able to use these after the event ends. It's possibly like not the case, but you can basically heal some of your troops, and I don't know why it's not letting me do that. Freaking clicked on my base. You can basically heal like and I don't know if it's gonna let me pick. Does it let you pick what you want to heal? Yeah, it does. Okay, so that's actually pretty cool. So for every single one of these, you can heal 50k of your units, which is pretty convenient, especially if you're like in a high tense situation. I would honestly save these. Like right now, I'm micro healing. I'm saving these for a fight where I'm actually like rush healing, and I, you know, don't want to waste a bunch of helps that I might potentially not be able to get during a fight, and I'm, you know, rushing to get my hospital cleared and stuff. So these are actually pretty nice to add. Another thing that's actually pretty neat is Island Raid does have a death rescue of 80%, extra 5% if you do have the subscription, so that's 85%. I'm assuming that this is not going to be permanent. I could be wrong, but they actually did this but you know, the first Island Raid where it was like a testing phase, so they did have like the 80%, and then they ended up reducing it to like, let's say 65% or something. This might be permanent, might not be permanent. I mean, this is a short-term event, so maybe they're just trying to do like these as like quickies, right? I don't know completely if that's gonna be the case, but it is a little bit interesting. I am happy about this because this is something that pissed me off when they brought Island Raid back. I don't know if you guys know this. They removed the kill board. They literally removed the kill leaderboard. They removed the kill leaderboard from being accessible, which I thought was just a big miss. You know, it's not significant even if you're not giving rewards. I just think it's pretty cool to be able to see like where people are ranking and stuff, seeing like how many like points the top alliances are able to earn, you know, the top players. I just found it to be like kind of a doofus thing to kind of remove. I don't know. Overall, I think this event's actually pretty cool. You know, there's quite a few features that you can look through. There is still the war declaration that we haven't been able to check out because I think that you can only do it on the second day, where you can like declare war on people's outposts. I'm not sure if you can do it on villages, but you know, you could basically declare war on their structures and stuff, and you should be able to build a helipad near them. These are like helipads that I'm assuming will incinerate after a certain period of time, so maybe it's an hour, maybe it's 2 hours. Don't really know. It is something that I'm looking forward to, so I might make a new video on that. I might not make a video if it's just something that I find kind of insignificant or, you know, unnecessary to make a video on. But you guys let me know what you guys think. If you guys are enjoying the new Island Raid, if you guys think that it's honestly a good change. I think the change in it is pretty solid. I don't really have any issues with these. They do have like, what, haven't really checked the rewards. This is kind of similar to the old one, so for people that don't know how this works, ranking rewards. This is basically how old Island Raid worked. If your alliance is ranked top 1, so right now this is based off of like who captured like the level 6 in order. But basically, if we have the most points, so like let's say we have the most level 6 is captured, because each one of these give like 100k coins. The level 7 outpost gives 300k coins. The level 8 gives 600k coins. So whoever has the most coins at the end of the event, in that order, basically are able to get rewards according to this. And how this works is, and how it's distributed is based off of like how many points your players have overall. So like for example, I'm first right now. So if we get ranked first, I'm gonna get these rewards. If we rank second, I'm gonna get these rewards. Yada yada yada. And you guys understand that. Merit rewards, pretty solid honestly for Elite Warzone. I was not expecting us to be able to get these, the higher merit chests. I haven't gotten any of these with my Alliance Prime because we're always in Elite Warzone and they don't really allow that in Elite Warzone. So I can't really complain. Even like 4th place, like that's 2. Honestly, that's relatively low considering like because I think they had it in the first Genesis War, but I think they removed it in Elite Warzone after the first Genesis War, where if you make it to the last Warzone, you're able to like get these within the 4 alliances that make it there. But I was expecting them, even if they had this here, I would have only expected like top 3 or something to get it. So can't really complain. Don't think this is like super greedy on merit chests. Like even if you're like doing nothing and you're rank 8, pretty solid amount of merit chests, honestly. Either way, like I said, I hope you guys have a good day or night. I want to hear what you guys think about this new design, if you guys are liking it or not. Tell me if your matchmaking is good. Mine was pretty bad, and not because like we had a bad matchup. It's just because Prime is, I would say, relatively stronger. I mean, more so because we just have like whale difference. I mean, you see we have like Big Daddy with us right now, which obviously he's a whale, so if we send rallies, it's going to kill any group that doesn't have whales. Only group that had a whale is Rofs here, which with this big monster. And then we have a bunch of groups over here which they're not really weak, but they don't have whales, so it's kind of rough. A lot of the other matchups were better, but I don't know, ours was kind of skewed. Feel a little bit bad towards like the teams we're fighting, but I don't know. Like I said, I want to hear what you guys think. I want to hear your guys' opinion. If you guys think this event is good, if you like the design, if you think the change was better or if it was worse. Either way, I do appreciate you guys for watching as always. I do hope you guys have a great day or night though, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. That is about it, and peace out.